Split. Let me try and play 10 plus 5 rapid. I only played it. How many games? I think I only played 5 games before this. So I have my rating is not official. So I'll start d4. E6, e3 and castles. E6 might be played, yeah. I need to worry about e6 with the idea of bishop before. So knight c, knight c, no, knight c3. I can take e3. I get a nice position. My opponent does get the open e file. Bishop d3, castles h3. But personally, I don't like that position. Pawn on f6, preventing me from playing knight e5. And I like putting the knight on e5 in the London system. These are pawn sacrifice, but I play knight c3. And my opponent's structure is weak or be behind in development. So he's probably wondering, why am I sacking the pawn? Wow, 1,500 rapid games. That's a lot. Bishop g3, g4, knight e2. Knight d2, sir. Like it. Not knight e7, maybe knight a5. Opponent's probably thinking about e6, e6, then f5, maybe even bishop f5 here, but okay. Oh, bishop h2, g4 takes, bishop takes. g4, what if I take on d5? Because if you take my knight, I can play d takes c6, and if you take my pawn on g2, I play bishop takes g2, and you can't take my pawn on c6. I got a nice control. b6 might be played, but then I have a nice control, if you can call it, on d7. Okay, so bishop takes. What? Why did I take? I thought about playing c takes d5. Knight c, knight c3. Maybe I should spend more time with g4. C takes d5. If queen takes, is knight takes, and then I can take the pawn. But if you take on f3, take on c6, if you take on g2, I play bishop takes d2 and have a good, very good position. Very, very good. With two bishops along the diagonals. I should have played that. That's why my opponent's taking so long. Probably also thought that. If you take on c4, I play d5. Knight will probably go to a5 or b8. I don't foresee Once I play d takes c4, d5. If bishop f3, g f3, knight e5 doesn't look realistic to me. Mm. I don't know what my opponent is thinking about. Here I said g takes. Open the g file. Pawn takes. I push d5, and I push e5, and I got a good position in the center. Hmm. If I take on e5, d4, knight. If I take on e5, there's d4, knight, knight d5. Even queen takes d5, pawn takes, and bishop b4. That's interesting. I can take on d5, knight takes, knight takes d4. If pawn takes, it's a different story. I'll take knight takes e3. Pawn takes, I take, 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 and I'm winning it. If we just play takes the whole time, I'm just winning that position. Like my pawn will go that side, my pawn's gonna come this side. I have a feeling they might take with the pawn, but then I take the knight. If they take my knight, I take their pawn. I mean, I take the pawn on g7, b7. Sorry. If they take my pawn on b7, I'll take the rook. They take my rook, and it's checkmate. So, because I'll take their queen, and everything will happen to check. Yeah. But if knight takes e3, where does the knight go? The knight goes to f5. I play bishop d3, developing with tempo. How do you defend it? You probably bring the other knight, or you retreat. If you retreat, I have queen f. Okay, let me play it. e3. Then there's a knight go, knight f5 seems like the only move. It's the only move, bishop d3. Sorry. Maybe even queen c2. Queen c2, I'm sorry, queen c2, rook d1, bishop b5. What if bishop b5 now? Bishop e5 now, the king can't castle, then queen d3, rook d1. Looks like a beautiful position, man. Bishop b4, I mean bishop b5, king e7. Firstly, king f7 is, don't think that's a good move. I give a check. Whoa, 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 whoa. Queen a4. Maybe queen a4. I'll go queen a4. Makes my queen more active. Queen can transfer to g4 to e4, rook g1, bishop d3, bishop g6. Now how do I do it with tempo? The immediate queen g4, queen g4, bishop d3. The idea of queen g6 or queen e6. But now my knight's being attacked. My queen. That was a dumb move. That was a really dumb move. Now my pawn is developing with tempo. And if knight h6, yeah, I guess I have to give this check the way I'm playing now. I have to give it. Never my plan. Should have thought a bit longer. There's no harm in taking more time. I hope the king goes to e7, bishop d3, knight g7, and my pawn's pieces are tied together. Okay. If what I'm saying is true, it might work. I don't see how my queen will get trapped. Bishop d3, knight g7, queen h4, and then I have bishop takes e4, e5. Sorry. So I managed to get a good time advantage. Queen d7. What do I do after queen d7? It's a very nice move from my opponent. Create a space for my knight. Hope to get some counterplay. I think I'm slightly better, but it's much more difficult to play. Maybe it's just because I'm not strong enough yet. But I decided to sacrifice a pawn just to show my dominance. King takes. I hope the king goes to d7, then I can take bishop takes f5 with check. But we'll go to e7. Problem, my problem. That's just not my problem. Queen takes, rook takes. Knight d5, king e2, get my king off the dark square. How am I going to get my bishop out of the game? f4. It's going to be a long game. So I need to maintain a good time advantage. Okay, so my opponent is allowing me to give a check. But do I need to? King e6. King e6. Oh, okay. So I'll play king e2. My opponent's knights are... I don't know what these knights are doing. Personally, I know I'm gonna lose the bishop here. A3 b4 might be an option here. Taking. I don't think that that doesn't look good. Should let my opponent take, and then okay. So I'll play knight c3 with the idea of bishop d5. Let me see what my opponent does. Knight c3 with at least I have a3, so there's no bishop b4. We want my structure. Sorry, this bishop of mine here. It's like a pawn. Okay, so my opponent allows me to win the exchange. I'll take it. Now my next mission is to free my bishop. Push this. If you push yours, I'll push mine. I'll push again. So that's what I meant. Push f5, knight takes, and then knight takes. Okay, my bishop is at least a bit free. It's freer than what it used to be. Here comes rook g4, and I can go after the pawn. Maybe trading rooks could be better. Yeah, could have been better. Oh, my opponent is coming in now. These knights are dangerous. Take with the king. I like my knight's placement. Can opt in d5 so many places. So my threat here is rook g8, king g8 and knight e7. So rook c2, rook d2, trade of rooks. I can take the bishop if you take my take. Knight e7, knight g4. Knight e7, rook c2, rook d2, rook takes. Mm, not a good decision. This pawn on b6 is kind of free. So I'll play rook d2. Let's trade off. It'll help me. It's not helping that your knights are so close together. I hope my pawn is not watching. Yeah, I guess I'll not talk anymore. Just in case. I will go back to... What's the point of going back though? I don't know, just got no plan really. If you I take with the bishop. We play knight g4, take f3. If you push, I play f3. Just to limit my opponent's squeeze. I want to take that bishop off the board. It might be too dangerous. So I want to take, and then I'll play f3 just to block the knight. Knight g5, I'll play bishop h2. Smart. It's a good move. But I'll play... Yeah, knights are dangerous. I don't like these pieces, they're too good. Rook d5, just to cut off. Seems decent. Sacrificing my rook and my bishop work for the pawn and knight. Go on that free pawn. Going to g3. Ah, okay. Smart, 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 smart. Can I go here and threaten them, knight? Yes. Not a bad move. If you defend, I can always push the pawn, but I'll take the pawn instead. The pawn and h3 instead. Take. I see my pawn is going for these pawns here. Hmm. Check. Defend. How do I defend? I'll give another check. If my opponent blocks, um, I'll be so nervous. I'm winning. I can't be so nervous. Push. Where does the knight go? Where does the knight go? Play bishop d4, bishop c3. I can play rook h5. Let's not get too fancy. Takes, takes and I prompt the knight, the bishop. Okay. It's a good thing I have an extra pawn because this would have been a draw. Yeah, got a bit fortunate there. 56 moves. I made a very big mistake here. A very big mistake. BL32. Yeah, some here. I don't know why I played. Why did I play Queen G4? Yeah, I would mark this as a mistake. Firstly, I had so much options. You could have played Bishop B5, Bishop D3, Queen C2, Queen D3, but I decided to play Queen A4. You know, Bishop. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, not this one. This check, King F7, and maybe Queen D3. Rook C1. This doesn't look bad. I feel better. Yeah, +2. I'm not even up any material. It doesn't feel like it's +2. It just feels better for me. Castles. Maybe double up on the G file. I got, yeah, it's a good position, but I messed it up. I think this Queen A4. Okay, it's one of the top moves. Bishop H3. I knew the bishop could move like that. It does move in diagonals. So my top move, Queen A3, was the best. It just doesn't feel right. Bishop H3. If you bring the knight, F4. Oh, okay. Trying to break the center. Retreating the knight. No, doesn't do well. Queen A4. King E7. F4. So the main purpose is to break the center. Especially when the king is not castled and can't castle. No, this is interesting. Very interesting. Something to consider for next few games. Is using the engine to analyze everything. Meanwhile, I can do some puzzles. Yeah, I lost a lot of puzzles and everything. It's quite bad. I lost like 100 today. It looks like rook e6, knight f6, and queen e7. That's basically what it looks like. Maybe not queen e7, because nowadays queen takes d4. Puzzles are supposed to be difficult. Only way to learn. Yeah, this move f6. Yeah, c4, great move. I thought e5. No, I would have taken. If you give me a check, I can play bishop d2. Maybe not bishop d2. Well, I thought about if you take, I can always take. I'm up a pawn. Simplest thing, simplest thought. But this overextending here in this position, what I thought was takes on c. Yeah, c takes. I had a feeling c takes. If you take, I take. And if you take, yeah, this position much better. Really much better. I'm winning. Plus 3, plus 4. b6 I thought would be the best option. But queen d3 going for checkmate. Wow. King f7. Yeah, I should have went for this line, but I wasn't thinking. I just played it. Interesting. Of course, if I take here, I'm losing. 100% losing. Promotes. Promotes. Just losing, lose the queen. Basically down a queen here. But okay. Taking, I took the g pawn. Very good decision. Had a very nice position here. Was queen g4 the best move? Not really, I don't think so. Bishop h3. Still the best move. Even queenside castle, I never considered castling queenside. So I played d6. The best move. That feels nice. d6. Castle's also an option, but I like d6. Finally improving my positional skills. Positional sacrifice. If queen takes, I would have played. What would I have played? Oh wait, I didn't play. This is the wrong move. What I played bishop d3 first, and after, and then I realized I made a mistake. And then I pushed d3. Still the best move. I thought knight takes, then my queen would be stuck, but I didn't see this. I did not see this move. And then king takes, knight d4 was my option. But here's queen takes, rook takes, and then rook d1, discovery. King goes back, and then knight opts in. Somehow I'm better. Yeah, I'm clearly better here. Positions falling apart for black. Sorry. But here I made a mistake by playing knight b5 check. Supposed to take first. And we went into this endgame. Not endgame, middle game. I had an advantage. It looked like my opponent didn't know what to do. And then I won an exchange, and then I just play out this. I did not play this out well enough. The closer we got to an endgame. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did alright. But I got a bit sloppy in the endgame. E5. I forgot I could have played b3. Undermine the defense of this knight. Knight moves and I pick up the knight. Just a miss. Complete miss. Managed to pun win and then Fortunately, I have this extra pawn because this bishop is not the same color as the a8 rook. Therefore, if I had the a8 rook, this a pawn and this bishop, it would have been or the king would just hide in this corner. Unless I had a b pawn, been a different story. Okay, that was a good London system game. I need to add that game to my database. Do some puzzles. Wow, that game took almost 40 minutes. 10 plus 5 game. But 56 moves, 56 times 5, 280 seconds. How many minutes is it? 4 was 5 minutes. Okay, let's say 4.5, not 4.5, but okay. And then we used up all the time, almost all the time. 10, 20, yeah, it was almost 25-minute game. Why did it take me so long? Here I'll play rook e6, but I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Rook e6. Probably like queen e4, because if queen e7, this queen takes. So queen e4, check. Seems like the most obvious check. And then I can just play queen here. Okay. Just creeping in. Can I sacrifice? Can I? Can I though? So bishop h7, king h7, knight f7, rook f7 doesn't work, or queen f7 doesn't work. Um, oh, okay, okay. Knight f7, queen f7, knight f7. If rook f7, bishop g5. If queen takes, there's rook e8. Doesn't work. I'm starting to think it's just a fork. Knight h7. A simple fork. Where does the queen go? Hold up, the queen might be trapped, kind of. Kind of. Knight h7, queen d8. Knight h7, queen d8. Ooh, knight h7, queen d8, bishop g5. If f6, knight takes, rook takes. Uh-oh. Knight takes, rook takes. Knight. So I'm thinking knight h7, queen d8, bishop g5. Because if takes, then I have knight f6. Brilliant. Queen takes. Queen h7, checkmate. Um, but knight h7, where else can the queen can take sorry, the queen can take f2, queen takes f2, queen takes f2, rook f1, queen g2. Knight h7, knight h7, queen f2, rook f1. No, let's leave the rook on e1. Knight h7, queen f2. So my opponent is threatening checkmate with queen takes e1. Knight h7, king f2. I feel like taking the exchange is enough. Should be enough. Once I take the exchange, is always a threat of checkmate with queen f7, queen f7, queen f7, and knight g6, king h7, knight e7, king h8, queen g8. I hope so. Yeah, can you believe it? All that for nothing. But it's okay. You learn as you go. Always think deeper than usual. If you take here, I take, and if you take checkmate. Um, I thought something else. Take g6, queen f3. Okay. What about queen h6? Even knight g, queen h6, bishop g4 takes. Sorry. Take, and then what about rook? Rook h1, queen. Yeah. Can't stop checkmate. You have to give up the queen. Just a simple fork. Okay, a rook in game. Yeah, you can't stop my pass pawn. Push. Yeah. Why is it so easy? I thought push rook h1. I have to play rook g4 so that rook h1 is not rook b8 is not possible. If I push this is it's a draw. Positions a draw. So I just keep pushing in case. But if rook h8, then I play rook b4. Sorry. I can take on c6 first, looking at it tactically due to the undefended rook. The square might be a problem. The rook is hanging. Both rooks are hanging. How do you stop it? How will you stop it? Oh, okay. I see now what my pawn is playing. Pawn is playing probably rook d2, queen f2. But I don't see anything wrong with knight takes. Just attacking the rook, attacking the rook. If rook d2, maybe queen g3. I still hit the knight. Not queen g3, queen e3, because I attacked the rook, and my knight is still attacking this rook. So if the queen takes here, I can pick up the rook. Yeah, an LM, Lichess master. I haven't seen those in a while. From the beginning, I think you had to be 1800 at least, with no title to claim this. Back in the day, many years ago. I wasn't even playing chess back then. So my opponent is threatening rook g2. Knight f6, knight takes e4, and d4. d4 to d5. Yeah, nice one. I'm calling that a knight.